What's up, NBA fan? What's up, all sports fans? This your boy, JB, host of the Behind the Bench Podcast Network and channel. Giving a shout out to the crew. Shad, Kelvin, KB Film Room, Big Dog Talk Sports. That's right, that's right. For everyone who's tuning in, keep supporting Behind the Bench and subscribing to the channel, helping us become the best show that we can be. For we are trying to become the grassroots sports channel on the landscape, seeking to provide some of the best sports critique that you will come across on YouTube, social media, and throughout. Now, this is a brief one here. I wanted to show this tweet that was posted last night, right after the game between the Los Angeles Lakers and the Detroit Pistons, where the Pistons held on to upset the Lakers at home last night. And I believe they won by the score something like 115 to 103, something to that effect, or 113 to 105. But anyway, they beat them and they held on. And the backcourt of Cade Cunningham and Jalen Duren, man, they closed that game out last night. And Detroit, they outplayed the Lakers. And after the game, this is a fan who tweeted this comment. It's either a fan of the Lakers, such as myself, but the difference is I've been against this whole get up the whole time when this all started July 1st of 2018, when the eye of the hurricane hit and struck hard, cleared out the whole lot. But anyway, this was either a Laker fan, and I'm not trying to call anybody out. I'm just trying to prove a point here, or either fan of the eye of the hurricane. And the post reads, I don't understand why Pelinka keeps doing this every year, meaning Rob Pelinka, GM of the Lakers. We need a big that can protect the paint when AD ain't on the floor. Hayes and Wood ain't it. And he didn't do anything in summer but go on vacation. Now, this was posted last night right after the game, right? Now, mind you, there's been so much player turnover since all this started, entering the seventh year, that it feels like a Ferris wheel, a revolving door. It feels like a one-night stay at a 3-star hotel. That's what this experience has felt like. There's been so many bodies that have sported that uniform, the purple and gold. It's easy to forget. This team has brought in about a dozen centers since the midpoint of the 2018-2019 season, from Dwight Howard, who has played for this team twice since 2019, DeAndre Jordan, Andre Drummond, Damian Jones, Wayman Gabriel, Mo Bamba, Christian Wood, Jackson Hayes, Carmelo Anthony plays center for this franchise. The eye of the hurricane himself, he got a whiff of that experience too. And they have not been able to solidify the position. Now, mind you, entering, prior to the start of last season, during their free agent period, when the Lakers signed all the free agents, Jackson Hayes and Christian Wood and Cam Reddish and Gabe Vincent and Taurean Prince and the like, Pelinka was celebrated by the nation of basketball followers and the talking heads, saying he was the best GM in the business, saying that he was Houdini. He was pulling, performing magic tricks, pulling a rabbit out of his hat. They were saying all this, man. They was ready to build a statue for Pelinka. You know what I'm saying? Now it's back to the same old biz, man, because it's real now. And no matter what this team does, man, in this mode of, trying to win by any means necessary, taking all type of shortcuts are manageable, it's going to be like a dog chasing his tail. And they have not been able to solidify the position. Now, they told us last year that Jackson was going to be the mainstay, as well as Christian Wood. But the thing is, that's why it's good to follow other teams or watch other teams play, so you know their personnel. So if you sign one of those players, you know what you're getting. You know who's being brought to the team and what they can do and what they can do. And Jackson Hayes was never a center. He has really not been able to uh, identify a distinctive role yet in his career. Not saying that he can't, but he has yet to do so. And he's been in the league for a minute since 2019. Christian Wood, after Houston moved on from him, he signed a 1 year, I believe, a 1 year deal with Dallas. They tried to play him at the 5 spot. He couldn't hold up, and that's why they drafted Derek Lively last year. And Lively was one of the reasons why they excelled during the postseason and advanced to the finals. So both players were let go by their former teams. So that was a warning sign right there. So now it's back to the same old, frustration. 7 games in, we got to make moves, we got to make trades. And it's been a constant talk. This is why I want to know parts of this, because I know what it was going to be like. If you recall precedents and understand that who you bring into the team, he's going to do to us what he did to his original team twice. And how he left the Miami Heat in flux. Right? And the problem simply is they traded, I keep saying, the Lakers traded their future center away. Boom, right there. Ivica Zubac. They traded their future center away. It's as simple as that. Last night, the Clippers faced the San Antonio Spurs, and he squared off against Victor Wembanyama, one of the up-and-coming superstars of the league. At least he has the potential to become that. And they basically, battled each other. Pretty much they squared off, and I can't say Wembanyama got the better of Zubac, or can I say that Zubac got the better of Wembanyama? It was a great matchup, great competition, great battle. Zubac held his own. Zubac had 17 points last night. He didn't shoot as good as he has been at the start of the season, but nonetheless, you have to continue, when the Clippers go up against a team that has a real center out there, you're going to have to feed him the ball no matter what. He had 13 rebounds. He held up and made key passes down the stretch. And I consider and say in the fourth quarters, I believe Zubac's presence on the court allowed the Clippers to regain the momentum in that game and come back and win that game, But the reason why the Lakers will constantly need a center, as long as this current effort is being pushed with the eye of the hurricane on the team, is going to be more apparent that they traded him away 5 years ago to create cap space to bring on a guy that they mortgaged the future to get. And it's ironic they have not been able to stabilize their position or solidify their position since they traded him. It's as simple as that. I guarantee you, think about it. This is how you know that Zubac is a legitimate center. Ever since he was traded to the Clippers, he's been their starting center after the trade happened going into the next season and forward. He has been their starting center since. Nobody's taking his place. Even when they wasn't getting him the ball to feature in the offense, he's been a center. So, if the Lakers would have kept him and developed him and built him up, ain't no telling. I believe he'd be better. He'd have been better all along. So I just want to throw it out there, man. Like I said, man, I'm not trying to. This ain't about trying to cast aspersions, man. This ain't about trying to prove a point. It is what it is. When you trade someone like that, a big man, I think Zubac is like 7'1", about 250, but he holds his weight very well, and he's durable, and to just trade someone like that away is going to show up sooner or later. And that's what's happening right now. Fans are trying to convince themselves that he was replaceable because he wasn't no big name and no superstar, but they have not replaced him since they traded him. There has not been a center, even Dwight Howard. Dwight Howard only lasted 1 year, and he played in Philadelphia with the Sixers backing up Embiid. Then they brought Howard back for the 21-22 season. And after the All-Star break, he faded, and they basically waived him. And Howard hasn't been in the NBA since. Andre Drummond supposed to have been the final piece when they signed him in the buyout market. He's supposed to be the final piece. He played for 3 months. And by the time the playoffs ended versus that first round series versus Phoenix, he didn't even play. He was on the DNP. But this is what happens, man, when you let a dude come in here and go roughshod and operate with impunity. You start making terrible choices, man. Hasty moves. Hasty. Because you thinking now, we got to have it now. But you're supposed to have it when you're supposed to have it, when you build yourself up to claim what you're trying to achieve. So in short, man, I mean, basically, man, none of this is surprising me, man. You know, they can sit here, man, and try to pose these players, man, and say, you know, they're gonna be our centers, man, but they never hold up, and they will not. And part is because of the system which they have to play under, the system that's generated by the eye of the hurricane, and that system ain't working, and it's not gonna work no more, because now teams are building up by position. It's not, you know, your top teams right now, they're not building positionless basketball. They're building, basically, they're going back to the roots of basketball. They're building by position. Point guard player as a point guard. Two guard player as a two guard. Your three, your small forward, your wing player as a wing, your power forward player as a power forward, and your center players as a center. And that's why the Denver Nuggets were so successful 2 seasons ago when they won the championship. And, you know, losing key players has hurt them. But as far as, you know, the reason why they won, they played position basketball by position, you know. So I just want to throw that out there real quick, man. Everything right on schedule. Ain't nothing surprised me one bit, man. But your starting center is averaging about 17.5 points a game, 13 rebounds a game. We've been looking at him. He's just been playing for the city rival. But they told us last year they were hyping up Jackson Hayes and Christian Wood. Christian Wood ain't even played yet this year. Coming off, I think he had knee surgery or something like that. They don't know when he's going to come back. They even tried to play Jared Vanderbilt at the 5. Jared Vanderbilt was off injured when the Lakers traded for him. See what I'm saying? What they say, the grass ain't always green on the other side, man. The grass need to get a chance to grow. That's what I'm trying to say. And this dude came in, man, just wiped everybody. Just cleared out the whole cupboard, man. That's basically what he did, man. And he did it with precision. But as I say, it shows they needed what they gave up more than ever. You can see it on the court. Even with 2 superstars, the Lakers have fallen behind the rest of the league. That's why there's this constant pressure to try to catch up to the competition, you know, by, you know, pushing for trades every year, man. But you can only do that so many times, man. You can only do it because what's going to happen is, you know, the more you try to trade, what you trade in, what you bring in through a trade, you potentially devaluing that player, and it's going to be harder and harder to upgrade the roster anyway, because other organizations out there know that you don't have no leverage and that you're desperate. And then the talent pool that's available is going to become less and less profound to help you achieve your goal. So it's like a dog chasing his tail, man. That's basically what we're going through, man. But as I said, if they would have stayed the course, the Lakers would have had a beautiful thing, man. It would have been off the charts, man. And I believe, you know, the organization with the real players would exceed the expectations. They're not exceeding expectations. they more frustrated than ever. But I just wanted to drop that nugget. Until next time, this is JB for BTB, Behind the Bit.